What up, y'all? We're back. It's Pics or It Didn't Happen. We've got the spooky season in full effect because it's October and it's going to be here well before we know it. I'm the Yeti. With me, of course, is our buddy Fats, but he's again at his own home and at the remote location.
Thank you for not giving away where I live.
Don't worry, nobody is trying to find you. Nobody wants.
Trust me, I know.
They'll fight on the internet. So today, because we do have spooky season, we've got a brand new interview that we have been wanting to do for a long time, and we finally got it in line. And all the stars and the planets and the moons, they lined up, and magical auras unleashed upon Earth. And now you get to hear this dope interview. We got HellHouse from Oh the Horror.
What's up?
How's everything, man? I know it's crazy busy. We thank you so much for taking the time to do an interview with us and amidst all the festivities. So what's been going on with you guys out there?
We just got back from Astro, and I got done dying, and we just got that new Blaze project out, and we're getting ready to hit the road with Gemini Syndrome in November.
Now,
damn, nice.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of stuff to be going on, especially with everything starting to kick off again. Slowly, we're getting back into the swing of things. Now the Blaze out, the Meets Blaze album, I listened to that a few times actually on my trips to and from work.
Same.
The one thing I really enjoyed was, because I didn't notice this at first, honestly, because I saw, new album, I threw it on and I started driving. I didn't catch on to the whole theming that you guys put into this until the next day when I went back and actually started looking through. And I was like, wait a minute. It's all making sense, because when you did the skits and he was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I was like, did he really just count what he just? And then I was like, okay, I get it. It's the Scooby-Doo and the gang. And I really enjoyed that you guys put all those different elements into that album.
Thank you. I mean, you probably missed one since the upload's a little wonky. But I heard that's fixed now.
Oh, awesome. I'll have to check it out now.
So you got an extra track on there and an extra skit that wasn't there before.
Oh, damn.
Whose idea was that project? Was that like a group thing between you and Blaze, or like somebody come to you guys with that, or like?
Actually, this was a George idea before they even signed us.
Oh.
Damn, nice.
So we did Boomstick with Blaze way back in like 2019 probably now. And then George was like, "Hey man, this was sick. Would you guys like to do like a metal like project with Blaze?" And we were like, "Yeah, that'd be sick." And then later on he was like, "What do you guys have going on?" And at the time we had just finished Halloween 365 for us, and then they just kind of picked us up. And then from there, we've been like, this project's been worked on since before Halloween 365 even dropped.
Damn, that's a trip to be thinking that far ahead to a drop now. I want to go back to Astro. It was a trip when I ran into you at that little after party thing that we were at, because I straight up did not know it was you. When it was me, you, and Gibby and Lex, like, I really did not know it was you until you started fucking talking. And I gotta say, anytime we have somebody on who is, I gotta shout out the homie Noise, because he was the one who told us we need to get you guys on. That's our brother.
Moose, man. I love fucking Noise. He's a fucking good dude, man. And I hope everything works out for him too.
It seems like it is. Go get his album, Depuration. It's bad. It's hard to pronounce, but it's a great fucking album.
It's a great record for sure.
So, rewinding back before the Blaze project, and I guess even before Halloween 365, how long have you yourself been in music? Like, is this something you've been doing your whole life, or?
For too damn long, man. I used to fucking rap over the sing-along tracks for Twisted's Man's Myth DVD that they had. They had like the sing-along thing. I would rip the beats off the DVD and rap over that. But like officially, like 2009, I think I first like I was actually like working towards being a musician in general.
And was Oh the Horror your first real project, or was this something that's come along after you've been doing this a while? Or
My first project, Jeremy was also playing guitar for, but back in the day we were called Tag You're Dead. And we did that until the wheels fell off, and then that kind of evolved into this project, and then there were like small ones in between here and there that maybe got one show in kind of stuff. But Tag You're Dead and Oh the Horror have been like the main projects I've done.
uh, so what brought you guys into I guess the scope of the Juggalo scene, Magic Ninja, and so on and so forth. God, I'm high. I can't talk.
Oh, you're chilling, man. But I've been a juggalo since like late 2003, early 2004, since like middle school. So like it's always been a thing for me. But then I kind of swapped to like the emo, hardcore, metalcore scene, because that's just huge here in Sacramento when it popped off. So I built that for a while, and then I just kept my juggalo shit to myself. And then I don't know, man. I just every project I've done, I've tried to incorporate some kind of theatrics, some kind of like show to it. I don't want to be the dude in the t-shirt and jeans on the stage. It's fucking boring to me. But like I've always been into Guar and Lordy and ICP and Twisted and Misfits and shit like that. So I'd always like every time like something got soft rebooted for any of my projects, I would add more theatrics to it because like most people just don't want to deal with it. And then I got to the lineup I had with Oh the Horror, which is me, Grady, and Jeremy, and I was like, hey man, I can get us these masks. I know who can make them. We can like change the whole gimmick and everything. We can have like a full branding thing here going and all that. And then once we did that, no one wanted to let us play with them in our hometown. We were the fucking weirdos that no one wanted around. I was booking all our own shows. So everything we did was literally like we were making it happen for us. No one was like, hey man, you want to play a show with us? None of that shit happened ever. Promoters were like, hey, you guys are sick, but I can't do anything with you.
Right.
See,
And then
I've heard a lot about the West Coast scene being really like, as far as like the Juggalo side of things, being like, I'm not going to use the word dead because that's what one of my homies said, but that's not a good term. But he said it was hard to book any kind of Juggalo shows at all.
that's true, yeah. But like I don't know, I was like, hey man, I think it was the Juggalo Unity tour, if I'm correct. Blaze Navy K came through, and I booked us on that, and I was like, I'm a Juggalo, and I think what we're doing is dope. So I figured if we swap from the metal scene and just tried it out, I'm like, there's metal stuff at the gathering or whatever, you know. I was like, we can give it a shot and see how it goes. I was like, we got the look, we got the stuff down. I was like, worst case scenario, they boo us off stage and we go home. It's not that big a deal.
I mean,
and then everyone at the show loved us, so it worked out.
That's a hell of a stance to take, because like, yeah, you're right, that could have gone the worst. But the thing is that I feel like people are slowly starting to realize is there is a place in this scene for metal music, for talented musicians, not just rap. And I for one support the idea of branching the fuck out and it being more than just what you think it is.
Absolutely, I'm like a huge believer in this. I think that like I would love to see a Juggalo country artist, and I'm not talking like Boondocks. I'm talking like Toby Keith, but a Juggalo. I would love to see shit like that, man. Just like a folk punk Juggalo band. You like just anything, man. Just like anything that like just expand our horizons. I was like, we've already got like back in the day, you had Psychopathic, and that's it. Now you got Magic Ninja. Now you got LSP. You got Shrunken Head Entertainment. You've got all that shit going on. You got Juggalos building their own thing, like Catacombs, like you guys on the YouTube. Like we're evolving the Juggalo world from more than like what it was originally.
Right, like we were given a blueprint, and now this is what all of us are running with, and this is our idea of how we want to do this.
Exactly.
Right. Now, I will say, with the theatrics and the masks and all the branding, that has definitely been obviously a very Juggalo that was sort of core to everything in the scene. I mean, it was everywhere, and you guys are doing an amazing job with that. The one thing I do want to point out is I notice a lot of that SoCal punk influence in your music. Is that something that's from a particular band you grew up with, or is that just sort of from growing up in the area and just sort of being in that culture?
I've just kind of picked it up here and there. I was like, I listen to a lot of music. I listened to like old AFI when they were like a hardcore punk band. I listened to like the
The Art of
Vandals.
Drowning. Oh God, I love the Vandals. Anarchy
Vandals are the
Burger.
shit, man. Fuck. Now that I'm on the spot, I can't remember any of my favorite punk band names for some reason. But I listen to a lot of punk, mostly Misfits. Um, and then like just the scene from over here, like in Sacramento, we get a lot of the SoCal like bands too. So like I probably pick up on that, not knowing where they're from. But like post-hardcore, metalcore, metal, punk, hip hop, juggalo, whatever you want to call it. Just like I just pick up from everything. I'm from Texas originally. I've got plenty of country music under my belt that I listen to.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm just into art and entertainment, and I just pull from anything I think is a great idea and evolve it into us.
You mentioned the Misfits, and I can definitely see that influence. I for one fucking am a huge.
Can you see that influence?
But yeah, I just like it's cool to see people like still admit that that's an awesome fucking band, because Michael Graves has given them a bit of a bad look because whatever, but that was always a band I really enjoyed listening to. Now,
well, talking about that, what I would like to ask is,
here he goes.
With them being an influence of yours, are there any failed European tours planned?
Most of my tours are just failed plans in general. Oh man, getting on tour has been a fucking nightmare for us. No one wants to take us as usual. But Gemini Syndrome stepped up and took us, so we're grateful for that.
And what are the dates that they can find? Like, do you have dates announced yet?
Yeah, I know we're in Texas a bunch. I know we got San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, El Paso. I think we're in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I know we're in Hollywood at the Whiskey. I know we're going to Vegas and Nevada, and Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona as well.
So, where do you think your favorite place to play is right now? Like, where's the cities you like to play the most?
I think our favorite place we've ever been to and played was Fresno at Strummers. And here in California, there's like not much going on around there. It's kind of like a desert area. So like the scene's kind of popping over there, and people show up and people give a shit, and they're there to have a good time and not stand in the back with their arms crossed or looking at their phones,
I can't stand those motherfuckers that they're just too cool for school. Everybody's there. They think everyone's there. They're all immature, and the motherfuckers just, like you said, in the back with their arms crossed. Like, fuck you.
Even for the band that they're there to see, which is fucking obnoxious. I'm like, this is who you paid money to stand here to see this band.
I don't get that. Yeah, if I'm at the show, I'm in the crowd. I'm in the pit. I'm doing my thing. Now, I will say this. Unfortunately, I missed your set at Astro because the Blind Pig was a goddamn furnace.
It was fucking hot, dude. God damn, bro, it was hot in that bitch.
I was rolling too fucking hard to be inside, man. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it all day.
Yeah, man. Sorry, I didn't have any gum, my guy.
He remembered that I asked him for gum.
Well, now,
oh shit.
Hopefully, because it looks like I'm going to be attending Fright Fest this year.
Okay.
It's definitely a little cooler in the building.
I would assume so. It's a much larger venue from what I've heard.
And I know the last time they were there, they had the two separate stages on the separate floors, so that helped. Except for you couldn't really move between floors because there was just people everywhere. But
yeah,
definitely better than the Blind Pig was. That was a ridiculous night.
It was a great time for what you could be around for.
True. I was like, I sat through the ESN set at the end of the night, and I was just like, God damn, dude. It was fucking, oh.
Now, this is something I wanted to bring up, and I got a little stoned, so I kind of forgot, but my brain has come back to it. I absolutely love your attitude of I don't give a fuck if you don't like me, because I am a huge proponent of I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you have a problem with me, because this is who and what I am.
I mean, I
You
kind
guys,
of care more if you don't have a problem with what we're doing, honestly.
you guys, Gibby, Red, some of the other younger artists, you guys are the ones who seem to catch the brunt from the quote unquote cool crowd who just want to hate and talk shit. And I love that you actually have taken the stance of saying out loud, I don't fucking care that you don't like me.
I mean, you're wasting your breath and you're just giving me advertisement. So like, whatever, bro. Like,
see, that's exactly what I say, man. Fucking free advertisement. I got free space in your mind.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And I just want to add that little part where it just you start going off with a pop, 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 pop. I don't know what it is about that, but I was like, I can get behind this, and he's only saying pop, but I love it.
Thank you.
With that being said, I think I have failed, but I'm not quite sure. I showed my fiance your music. I was like, I think you'll like these guys. And she's like, okay. And I started playing. I think I started with the wrong song is the problem, because I was like, this will be funny. I'm going to play Groceries.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the right one.
she didn't find it nearly as funny as I did. Now, obviously, I just went to Tears of Gold, and, well, from there, it was quite an easy sale. But I don't recommend starting with Groceries. What song would you recommend if you wanted to introduce somebody new to your music?
Oh, man, that's a good question. Honestly, it would really just depend on the person, because, like, the kind of way we've built everything with the genre fluidity that we have, we kind of just set it up to where there's something for everybody to grab onto. Hopefully they get to that first and not something they hate, like in your Groceries stance. Because if she was just like, oh, I listen to Groceries, that band sucks, and then moved on, which is what a lot of people do, I've noticed, because they'll be like, oh, that band just does this, and I'm like, you listen to like 5 seconds of one song and we're like, that's exactly what they sound like, and you're wrong.
Right.
But that's fine. But personally, I would say Halloween 365 is a good starter point to figure out what we're doing. And from there, honestly, like Scream Queen with Jamie, that was a banger.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what's on here on the new one. Definitely Never Found. We just dropped the music video recently for that. And I don't know, maybe Body Bag.
Good shit. All good shit. Is there anybody in the future that you like have like any dream collabs you're trying to get?
Man, I'm fucking itching to get Ronnie Radke on the track, but I don't think we're ever gonna have the funds to waste on that. That or Tech. I think we really want Tech on the track just to see like what kind of madness we can create with Tech on a track with us.
I can see that Tech. It's just he's works with so many different people, and it's interesting to see what he comes up with. I think that would be really cool to see what you guys do together.
Also, E40. I always forget to say E40, but E40 is 100% something I want on a track. 100%.
40 Water, one of the greatest rappers alive.
And he's right over here. He's like an hour away. Just want him to go ooh on my track. I'll pay him $100. Like, let's go. Just go ooh.
That's all you want.
What do you think do you think the reception has been what you've hoped it was, what you hoped it would been to any of the projects, I guess, recently?
Yeah, honestly, I expected like everything to kind of be split down the middle because of what we're doing. There's no like we don't have a constant thing you can grab onto realistically. Like we're just constantly evolving. Like we revisit ideas and stuff and sounds. But like most of the time, if you liked Halloween 365, I know a lot of people that love Halloween 365 and don't like 1692. And I know a lot of people that are on the opposite end of that where it's reversed. And I just expect that at all times because we're just constantly changing what we're doing. So there's nothing for you to be like safe and be like, yep, I know what the horror sounds like. And then like when we put out a country album, everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck?
But at the same time, that's admirable though. You know what I mean? just being able to tell people, you're not going to be able to define us. You either like what we're doing or you don't.
Exactly. I was like, you either like it or you don't, and it's fine. And just because you didn't like something we just did doesn't mean that there's not something coming for you either.
Absolutely. And I think that's something I've sort of found as I've been, because not gonna lie, when you first came out, all the noise was, there was a lot of negativity, and I was like, I don't know if I want to check this out.
I heard a lot of detractors, a lot, but
So loud.
I really don't care.
Yeah. Eventually I started listening to it, and as I started finding different songs, I was like, wait, this is actually an awesome song. And then it just led me to other songs, and I really enjoyed 1962, or I think I thought
1692, but yeah,
1692.
I got you.
Dyslexic, all of that.
Dyslexia is a motherfucker.
Jid, we barely keep it straight half the time on our end, so I'm not worried about it.
That is an interesting album title. Where did that come from, if you can tell, if you don't mind me asking?
That's the Salem witch trials started in 1692, and if you notice, most of the songs on here are kind of about like bad relationships or just dealing with the opposite sex in general. And then it was kind of just like a take all that negativity and burn it at the stake and put it on trial.
Nice, very nice. Do you see yourself doing any more collaboration projects the way you had with Blaze? Like, will there be anything else with maybe Oh the Horror and Ala Zululu, or Oh the Horror and Lex, or anything like that?
That's actually kind of what my plan is with the meets stuff, is that I want it to turn into a series that we can keep going. You get an Oh the Horror meets Lex, you get an Oh the Horror meets Boondocks, so on and so forth is the plan. But scheduling and getting everybody together for stuff like that is a little complicated, but it's not impossible. So that's what I'm aiming towards, is that maybe once or twice a year you'll get a meets until we run out of people on the label, and then we'll expand it even. Maybe I'll get that tech feature I want, and we'll do a whole little release with tech or something like that. That's kind of what I want to do. Just anybody that's willing to work with us, we'll pull them in. We'll do like a whole Scooby-Doo thing with them, and then it'll come out and it'll be cool. And that's just the plan I have for that series.
Well, I'm expecting a Oh the Horror meets the Harlem Globetrotters within next quarter. If that could be manageable, that'd be great.
Oh man, I'm in. Oh the Horror meets Shaq. Oh the Horror meets The Rock, dude. We'll get The Rock and he'll rap on a whole fucking record with us.
Anything's possible now.
You bring that up. What about fucking The Rock rapping? Holy shit.
I deadass, because normally when I see like an actor as a feature, I'm expecting them to just be like an actor in the video, just like when Twisted had Bill Moseley and stuff. It's like, oh, featuring, yeah. So I'm sitting there through the video, ISO goes in, tech goes in, and all that, and then like The Rock just jumps in at the end, and I was like, holy shit, and I just couldn't believe it.
Well, I'm a wrestling mark, so I know that he can cut a promo, but it was just so crazy, because like, whether he wrote that or he didn't write that or whatever, man, just the performance of that, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
I could smell what The Rock was cooking that day.
Oh, fucking stoned. So, with it being Halloween, I've been asking everybody that we've had this month on, I've been asking them, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
Honestly, nerds are kind of my shit. Like, I like nerds. The little tiny boxes are great. Lately I've been eating the hell out of the clusters that they dropped recently.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about.
I buy like huge bags of those and I just get fucking baked and eat like half of it.
Well, with the candy and the Halloween and everything, one thing that I saw, I think it was just another stupid meme, because that's all we ever see anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
It brought up it was one of those, you have to stay in one of these towns where, where the horror movies are set. Where would you stay? And I felt like they gave you an easy out, because they included Elm Street. Because why would you not pick Elm Street? You just have to stay awake for 24 hours and then you're safe. You just go away.
Okay, but the thing is you have to sleep. There's not enough cocaine in the world to keep you awake from Freddy.
I mean, Maybe.
This is also assuming you're within the age range he's gonna kill you anyway.
Oh, that's true. Like we're safe. We could just go hang out there. We're old.
That's what I'm saying. You just go party and go home, unless you're in like Nightmare on Elm Street 2 and he shows up at your pool party. But
Well, now that we're here, fuck it. We'll just keep talking about it. Who is your slasher character? Who do you like? Are you a Jason guy, Michael Myers, Leatherface, Freddy?
most of the time it's a toss up between Freddy and Chucky. Honestly, I like the jokes and the shit talking with my murder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely see. I definitely see what you're saying. See, I am a fan of Chucky exactly for what you said. It's not because Chucky was one of the scariest. It's because his shit was fucking funny.
It's funny, it's entertaining, and most of the time the kills are kind of creative because it's a
I got
3 foot doll killing people
Yep.
that are full size.
Yeah, that was one I actually remember. I could watch the whole thing because it just didn't get too extreme for my young child self.
That's because you're a pansy.
Hey, listen.
I mean, I love you, but when it comes to scary shit, you are a girl.
I like things that are funny. I don't like this scary dark world. Somebody help. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I don't know how I became to be a juggalo, but
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, that's the one that always blows my mind. Is because you can't do it in movies, but you can definitely do it in music.
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you don't gotta look at it in music, I guess.
I guess.
I think that's
I don't know. My imagination's pretty fucked up. I see it.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's like I'm pretty desensitized by all the VHSs from back in the day that I found.
I think it's
Yep.
like
Shit I had no business seeing.
Yeah,
Seeing the Exorcist at 5 kind of fucked it all up.
that and early internet culture. So I'm good.
the internet was a very rough place back then.
Back then, what do you mean? The internet's still a rough place.
Well, it's different. It's a different kind of fucked up now.
Yeah, that's more fucked up because there's people on it.
Yeah, and they try to hide all the really crazy gore. You can say anything else, but they hide all the gore and the killing sites and all the crazy stupid stuff we used to watch.
Yep, you could watch a man get murdered live on the internet back in the day.
I mean, if you look hard enough, you can still see it if that's what you're inclined to. So,
True.
what was your favorite costume on for Halloween growing up?
I was a ninja a lot, honestly. Like thinking about it, like I was a ninja a shit ton as a kid. That and vampire. I don't know why. I was either a vampire or a fucking ninja.
Well, ninjas were big back in the day. Like
they were pretty easy too. There was pretty easy costume to pull off, especially if you were poor.
For sure, yeah, it was super easy. And I mean, we had Ninja Turtles, so we can't do. Just make me a ninja. It's good enough. Give me a sword.
All right, so if there's one thing you could tell people about the Horror, what do you think it would be?
That it's a great time and there's something for everybody. It's a little goodie bag on Halloween night. There's a little something of everything in there, and you might want to check it. There might be a razor blade or two in there.
Nice, well said. All right, so this is what I've been asking recently, and I kind of like it, so I'll ask it again. We're 5-10 years down the road. The movie's coming out. Who's playing HellHouse in the movie?
Who's playing me? Probably like Michael Cera. If I'm being realistic here, probably fucking Michael Cera, except for he'll be like twice my height, but whatever.
It's a biopic, it doesn't matter, remember.
I'm just picturing Michael Cera rapping my verses on a stage in a movie. That sounds fucking hilarious.
That is quite the casting.
You got one of your questions you want to ask so I can cringe?
One of my questions, what is that even supposed to mean?
You know what it means.
I find it offensive that you would say those things.
Now I'm ready.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I feel like I don't know if I have a really, really good one for this week.
Well, now I put you on the spot and you don't have a choice.
I know, and now I gotta freaking figure it out. Like, I guess we'll just go with one. Okay, so here we go. This is probably not my best one, so thanks for all of that. But we all know with going to venues, going to shows, and multiply that with the jug factor.
I like that term. I'm stealing that. The jug factor.
What would you say has been the most disgusting thing that you've caught somebody doing out in public?
Oh man, fuck. I really haven't caught anybody really like doing anything like disgusting at any of the events I've been to, but I've literally seen here in Sacramento. I want to say it was the Riddle Box tour that ICP did in like a few years back, and we parked and we're walking up to the venue, and they had set up a small bonfire next to the stop sign on the sidewalk. Like a fair, like not camp, like it was bigger than a campfire, like it was big as shit, and they're just burning shit on the. And I'm in Sacramento, by the way,
Right.
in Sacramento, like downtown Sacramento, and there's like 7 juggalos circling this fire that they've set, and the police pulled up to the stop sign, looked over, and drove away.
Wow.
You know,
And
that
I was
sounds
like,
that sounds about right.
oh shit. Because the cops show up here at every fucking ICP show, period. Like, when it's over, they, like, start funneling them out. They're like, get in your cars and leave, get in your cars and leave. And there's always, like, a couple fights here and there around that time. But, like, it was broad daylight. There's a big-ass fire. The cops pull up to 7 juggalos that have set a huge fire at a stop sign in broad daylight in public. And the cops are like, no. They just fucking leave. I didn't see shit. I'm not dealing with it. No.
That's the best. Nobody wants to fucking deal with us, man. You can't take us nowhere, and that is the moral of this fucking story.
And that's from the state that literally gets like burned to the ground every year. Like that could have been awful.
Yeah, we're always on fire over here.
Yeah, it seems like you got a burn ban every week or so. So
yeah, pretty much.
So for everybody who's uninitiated, where can they find your music? Where can they find you on this vast ocean of social media?
On social media, you can find us at the Horror Squad on everything except for Twitter. I think we're OTH916 or something on Twitter. Not that we use it really. You can go to ohthehorrorsquad.com and there's plenty of links there for you, along with tour dates. And you can stream us everywhere. We got that brand new Blaze Meets Oh the Horror going down right now. It's all fixed up, so every track and everything is perfect now. And the physicals go out on the 15th, I believe. So if you pre-ordered, there you go. You got your signed poster from us and your T-shirt and everything.
For those of y'all who are waiting on it, I hope that you get a nice bundle in your mailbox very soon. All right, y'all. This has been Pixar. It didn't happen. Thank you as always for joining us, man. Whenever you want to come back on, just hit one of us up. No worries.
Well, dude, I got lots of stuff coming.
That is so dope. You can find us at Pixar It Didn't Happen official on Instagram, at Pixar It Didn't Happen on YouTube, Facebook. Pretty much any fucking where you find podcasts, you will find us. You have no excuse to not be listening.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, what he said. All right, do it, or else I'll release a country album.
Shit.
You heard him.
That is not an idle threat, people. He is serious. All right, man. Fuck it. Thanks, bro.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Yep.
We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.